Hey, now you probably clicked that link because you're looking for some really nice way to listen to music but also make a bit of music. And like my studio space here, I do have two very nice monitors to hear the music. I do have a pair of over-ear monitors that I use all the time, but I was looking for something that was a little bit more portable and discreet, and that's when it came to these Audio Technica E40. So this is an in-ear monitor, and really I bought these to test out, are they useful, are they worth it, and how it sort of fits in with my portable music making. So let's get straight into it. Alright, so the pair of in-ear monitors that I picked up was by Audio Technica, and these are the E40. So as you can see, it comes in a nice little case. There's the headphones. It comes with a nice 1/4 to 1/8 inch jack, as well as, because everyone's ear is a little bit different, a little bit of way to customize the ear shape so it fits in a lot nicer. So other than that, let's talk about the actual headphones, because they are like a dual driver, so it pushes and pulls, so it stops a little bit of that distortion, as they say on the site. It has a bit of an extended tube, so it can go into your ear, like some comfort bits, some parts to like help with like holding on your head, and a 1.6 meter cable, which I think is about 5 feet, and a right angle jack. And like the main reason I purchased this headset was because of being able to go out and about, capture sounds, and work with devices like this that are very portable and don't take up much of a footprint. Because really all I need to do is go along, plug it in, I can start making music with whatever little COVID setup I have. And really with the case itself, like that's the Polyend Tracker Mini case, that's the other case as well. That is all I need to actually start making music. So building these sort of portable setups is really like the main focus of why I picked up the in-ear monitors. Like compared to my main headset that I really enjoyed using, which right now I'm using is my M70s. They look a little bit janky, but they are really nice to wear. But compared to its case, like that is the entirety of the Tracker Mini and the in-ear monitor case as well. So big thing, being able to be super portable. But are they good? And to be honest, like my initial response, I put them in because like I'm used to getting like a pair of budget headphones from like the drugstore, or a bit of like the tech stores that you see at the airport. Usually when I'm on the plane, I want to listen to some music, and put these on, and it really just sounded about the same, which I was a bit upset about until I figured out that you had to sort of push the actual like suction bit in here until it like sucks on your ear and comes back out, and that's when it did sound really good towards like my big headset that I have. So I would say that's one thing that you got to keep an ear out for. Is like how you wear these is a little bit different to majority of like the earbuds out there. And like with these ones as well, like they do have that dual driver, but yeah, that's why they have that sort of extension on there as well, so you can get it into your ear. But yeah, because you are paying quite a bit, it does have a way so you can pull them apart. Like say your drivers are still good and your cable's running a bit awry, you can actually go get that replaced without having to buy a whole new pair of in-ear monitors, which is really nice. It does have this sort of bendy textured cable section, which is really good to wrap around your ear, so you're not supporting the full weight of the cable in your ear hole itself, like your whole ear is supporting it. It makes it a lot more comfortable to wear. Now, how have I been using these? And I've had them for about a month now, and really this has been on planes with me, it's been to the office, it's been in my studio space, used it out in the park, as well as a big demo party with lots of noises and a lot of people talking in the background. And I will say one thing that I picked up was how good these actually cancelled out sound around you. Like once you got them sucked in and like set up correctly, they do cut out a lot of the background noise. Like when I was on the plane, there was a lot of chatter, the plane noises. It pretty much cancelled out like 90% of it, and I could really hear what was going on when I was making music on the plane. So I found that really interesting. The other thing is how durable they feel, and like they are like a plastic, but they're not like something that you'll be running around bashing around. If you're not using them, they'll live in its case. So I feel like they're durable enough for what they are. The other thing too is because usually when I wear buds, it does get a little uncomfortable for me after a while. So maybe 2 or 3 hours I'll have to take them out because my ears are a bit sore. And the only time I really had that is when this like plastic ridge was digging into my ear a little bit. But I did use this demo party for 4 hours, and once I got like figured out how to actually wear them, they were relatively comfortable, and yeah, it was a really nice experience. And another thing too is like when you've got all your gear set up, like people are pretty comfortable with people walking around on the train station that listen to music on like a pair of headphones and that. But when you rock up with some weird sort of gear or like your shotgun microphone and you're trying to capture samples, people are curious and they always come up and say, hey, what you doing there? And if you're trying to capture sounds and you're getting all these people asking questions, it gets a little bit annoying. So these are a lot more covert than a big pair of headphones, and like if you're discreet about usually it just looks like I'm on a tablet mucking around with the Tracker Mini anyway. It just makes it a little bit easier to go around and capture sounds. One thing I will say is they are quite chunky compared to like a normal pair of like earbuds, so they do stick out a little bit, but it's not as far-fetched to think of like these are just a pair of headphones and someone's just listening to music. So on the topic of listening to music, how good do they sound? And I will say, like, they are monitors, so compared to like the drugstore earbuds, which will probably have like a colored response, monitors will always try and be like a flat response. And because this is the budget line of the E series of in-ear monitors with Audio Technica, I wasn't expecting such a flat response as my M70s. Like, they're designed to be really high quality, and like they do have a flat response. I can hear the highest highs, I can hear the subest lows, and everything in between. I can sort of get a sense of what's going on. So with the M40s, my two things, I feel there's a bit of a hump with the high end, like not like mid to high. So that does get colored a little bit, but also a little bit in the sub itself. So if you have like sub bass, that's a pure sine wave, doesn't have any saturation or harmonics, that becomes a little bit hard to figure out what's going on down there. But I do feel I treat speakers as a tool. Like, you should try your tracks on multiple speakers to begin with, because you need to understand how your track relates to different listening experience. So like, you need to test your sound on a variety of different things. That's being like the crappiest speaker at the drugstore to like some really high-end systems, and then you sort of judge where the speaker, like your main speaker, is listening to. Typically I would use my monitors when I'm out and about, and then I'll come into the studio and I have a nice pair of studio monitors that I listen to, and that gives me a good idea of what's going on. So when I'm using these, like, I'm expecting to get about 90% of the track done, but I can do it wherever I want, and then bring it into the studio space, listen to my main monitor, get it to that last 100%, and then start playing it on all the different little speakers I have around the house to get a sense of what the sound is. With all that said, like, a couple of things you can do, like with the sub bass, like I do bump the volume up a little bit and add a bit of saturation, and that's when I can, like, if I'm doing melodical sub bass stuff, I can pick up them really nicely with these. With that sort of high end colouring, I just keep that in mind, and then when I go listen on the main monitor, that's really how I do it. So I think I paid about 110 in Australia. I think they retail around 130, so I got a bit of a sale with them. I'll put the American Freedom dollars up the top because, yeah, they are a budget conscious set, and like around that price point, like, is a good investment. And I will say, like, if you feel like there's certain elements, like I don't want to get all spreadsheets and like data in this one. I think speakers are very one of those artistic things that you gotta like hear it with your track to not only listen to the things that you can hear, but the things that you can't. So I will say, like, these would last me a long time. Like, they're doing the thing that I need. If I feel like I need to upgrade to the M50s or the M70s, like, they are a big step in price point, but you do get that flatter response across the board. Like, that's why I spent a bit when I got these bad boys here. But I would say if you've already got a pair of like headphone monitors or a nice pair of studio monitors, like, this is a really nice way to take your sound creation on the road and take it with you. So in the end, I hope you found this one useful, because when it comes to those portable bits of gear, I do like having them in my backpack all the time, and it's becoming sort of like an everyday carry. So having a pair of really nice headphones that I can also put in my bag, not take up too much space, and get a really good sound that I can work with is really important. So I do like the M40s. I think they're a good purchase. They do have different versions, so if you want to go into a little bit more of a dive of like the specs and that, I would say head over to the Audio-Technica website. I will leave a link below so you can look at these ones specifically on their site. But really, I hope this has given you a bit of information to make up your mind. Is this something that you would consider? Maybe it's the overhead microphones that you prefer a little bit more. But really, it's about testing ways to make music, and being able to create in any sort of space is definitely a tick in my book. So in the end, if you did like this one, definitely give it that thumbs up, because it does help the algorithm push it to other people that are probably thinking about purchasing something like this. And also, if you have any comments and queries that you want to ask about these things but I didn't really cover, please feel free to leave them in a comment below. I do go down there and explain a few more things that I've probably missed in the video. And in the end, I do have a bit of music related content on this channel, so if you're interested in that and want to stick around, I look forward to seeing you next time.